Hey everybody, it's Kevin Duffy of the Boston Herald, joined by Guregian, Patriots beat columnist. Steelers and Patriots. We're going to go over the three keys to the game for the Patriots. Let's start on the offensive line. It's one of the strongest position groups for the Pats, but they do have some new faces in there. David Andrews out for the season, which means Ted Karras likely is going to slide in at center. Isaiah Wynn at left tackle. He's been great in the second half of the preseason, but we still haven't seen him play in a regular season game. So to me, those are still kind of question marks heading into the opener, and I think they both need to play well against the Steelers, a pretty good Steelers front.
Yeah, and there's no question the Steelers have a good front. They are going to test these two, particularly Karras right up the middle. He's going to have to be up to the test. We don't even know if Isaiah Wynn is capable of playing a whole game or lasting a whole game. We don't know what his physical conditioning is. So, I mean, there are some question marks. What we do know is in the limited time we saw him, whether it was a quarter at the most, we saw Isaiah Wynn. He looked very good. I mean, he was nimble on his feet. He moved well. I mean, he looks like he can handle the position.
Absolutely. The second key, just a kind of a general one, just about the Patriots defense. I've been covering the team since 2014. Definitely the most talented defense they've had in that time. The expectations have been built up throughout the course of the summer. I think a lot of people are expecting this to maybe be the NFL's leading scoring defense. Are they going to live up to that? Because they do have an interesting test here in week one. Pittsburgh's without Antonio Brown, no Le'Veon Bell, obviously, but this is still, to me, one of the most high-powered offenses in the league that they're facing.
Yeah, and I think it's great. I think it's great for them to come out of the gate. And you know what? They haven't shied away from those expectations. You know, they take pride in who they are, what their defense is. They want to be an elite defense. And I think they're happy that, fine, bring on the Steelers. We'll show you. Last
year when they played Pittsburgh, J.C. Jackson really handled Juju Smith-Schuster, and it was Stephon Gilmore and Antonio Brown. Both the Patriots defensive backs did a great job on those receivers. This year it's a little different, no Brown. So the question is, do you want to throw Gilmore on Smith-Schuster, even though he plays a lot in the slot, even though he is their number one receiver? This is an offense that could put some points on them.
Yeah, they also have Dante Moncrief for a receiver too. I will be interesting to see again who's on who. You know, it will automatically be Gilmore on Juju, or will they keep with JC, who did a very good job on him? So again, they know best. We can only guess as to who's going to be where. But I think you're right. I think, I mean, they held them to 17 in Pittsburgh last year, and basically said, "Go ahead, you can run on us," and they did. The Steelers did run. Mm-hmm. I don't think they're going to let either of those things happen. I think they're going to try and shut them down up front and in back as well. And
for the third key, we'll flip to the other side of the ball. We know what James White is. We know what Julian Edelman is. We don't necessarily know what the rest of the Patriots pass catching core is, especially tight end. We don't know if Matt LaCosse is going to play. Ryan Izzo isn't much of a pass catching tight end. And then they have at receiver Demaryius Thomas, Josh Gordon, Jacoby Myers, Gunner. So there's just some uncertainty. And as Tom Brady pointed out earlier this week, he hasn't had many reps with Demaryius Thomas, a very limited experience with him. Even Josh Gordon last year. I mean, he came in early in the season and played 11 games for them, but that's not a huge sample size. So these are still relatively new players that Brady has to get on the same page with.
You know, I think Tom Brady kind of voiced it, and Coach Belichick voiced it, and Josh McDaniels has voiced it. I don't even think they know yet what it's going to look like or how they're going to be, what their passing attack is really going to be, because Brady just hasn't had enough reps with these guys.
Run the ball a lot, high percentage throws to Edelman and James White, and then what you can get from Thomas and Gordon on slant routes and comebacks on the outside, those are all pretty safe plays. So I think that's what you're probably looking at. And Pittsburgh knows that. I just don't know if they'll be able to slow down the Patriots running game because it's been so effective. Just look at the playoffs last year. I mean, the teams knew they were going to run the ball, but Kansas City and the Chargers couldn't do anything to stop them.
As long as they can be effective running the ball, and Pittsburgh has to be honest and play them honest that they can run the ball, they will be able to pass.
Absolutely. All right, we will talk to you guys on Sunday. You can check out all our coverage of Patriots Steelers on bostonherald.com.